today I'm going to do a review and a comparison of the Panda Planner Weekly versus the Daily. So you can get two different sizes. So this is the bigger one and this is the smaller one. So I've had two of these, but this is the last one that I had. And then I decided to go to the weekly. So the reason why I decided to go to the weekly is because I think I liked having it all kind of set in one spread. So what I mean by that is in the weekly you can see that there's the whole week with the schedules, with the priorities, a weekly to-do list, which I really like, and then of course a little note section like they give you, and then you have your habit for the week that you want to focus on, and then you have your little habit tracker on the top here. So mine this week was getting up early. This is the wrong one. This is this week. So yeah, I use stickers with cuss words on them because they're fun, but I think it's really helpful. And just like the daily, it has you fill out your priorities and the things you're grateful for and things like that. And it is proven that doing gratitude in the morning or in general increases kind of the way you think about life and makes you happier. So this one started in April, which is actually quite a bit time ago. And so you can see the monthly spread here is kind of the same, and so I'll put this here. So you have your monthly goals, your distractions to avoid, wins, and insights gained, and so that is the monthly for your daily planner. So for the weekly here, you have your goals, but you also have the reason why, distractions to avoid just like the last one, this month wins like the last one, insights gain like the last one, and how you'll improve. So I know you guys are seeing this backwards just because of the way the camera goes, but both of them have the habit and the focus, which I like. So those are the same, and they both have the habit tracker on the monthly. And so I kind of just put my key, when I first started this, I just put the key of how I organize it. I do purple is health and body, like the gym, things like that. Work is green for money, school is blue, music is pink, cleaning and is yellow, and appointments are an orange. And so that's kind of how I go about it, and then I use the stickers. The reason why I like the weekly better is because if you're a person who kind of has multiple things going on versus kind of a job and then maybe family or things like that. Since I'm a musician, I have school, I have music and gigs, I have the studio, I have students that I teach lessons to, and I just have a lot to balance a lot of the time. Not saying my life is hard or anything, it's just I like to have more of a diversified way to look at it, which is why I like the weekly, because I can see what is going on each day, which days are gym days, which days are school days, which is starting next week, things like that. And I really like the to-do list of the week on there, and I still do a little sticky note if I have a lot to do and I need to organize myself. So the main difference between these two are the fact that the daily has, of course, the daily section. So if you can look here, you can see you have things you're grateful for, which you have in the weekly planner, and the things you're excited for. You have that in the weekly planner too for each day. So that is the same. But these have affirmations, a focus, and then you have your exercise section along with today's priorities. You still have today's priorities in the weekly, except it's a little bit smaller, so you can't put as much in there, which for me is good because I will try to fill it up too much. And there's only 3. This one has 5 priorities for the day. So it really depends on kind of what you're doing. And so for me, this was great, don't get me wrong, I really loved it, but I think having that weekly view again and seeing kind of what I have to do the next day also is really helpful. So they both have schedules. I'm not very good at keeping up with the schedule sometimes. I just think I'm not that type of person, but I really try to But if you're a person who likes to block schedule and write it down, this is perfect for both of them if you're thinking about which one to get. So the main difference too is that you have a daily task section. So each day has its own page versus in here, each day has its own section, but it's all on these 2 pages. So that is the main difference between them two. And you also have a weekly review in both, but the main difference between these are you have like review of last week, planning your upcoming week, your projects, and the top goals this week. So that's very similar, but this is of course bigger, which I like kind of having it bigger because I'm just kind of a planner nerd. So the main difference here too is you have this little like brain dump section here. I like to put stickers and like do things like that. It's literally just for you, and it has these little bullets. So I always say that Panda planners are great for people who like really love the concept of a bullet journal, but they just aren't clean. Like I'm just not a neat enough writer of a person, or like I just feel like I was really overwhelmed when I tried to bullet journal and I just couldn't keep up with it. And so this is great because it's already set out for you, and that way you're not trying to do too much. If you're a person who kind of like feels like you have to do everything that a bullet journal has, like this kind of limits you, which is good if you're that type of person. So as you can see here, it still has the date and a review of last week, just like the other one does, a plan of your upcoming week. They both have what you're gonna do for your personal, for your work, for your family, friends, your relationship. I usually cross out family and friends and put music because I just like I don't have a whole lot of family that I talk to. In general, like, you know, things happen the way they do. And relationship can also be friends, so I kind of put both in there, like my boyfriend, the things we're gonna do, like date night or things like that. Things we're looking forward to, those are both in there. Learn something new is both in there. Passion projects are both in there. Projects for the week, they both have 4, and your top goals. So the review of last week is actually exactly the same, except instead of having like, you know, the daily, you have this weekly section, which I think is, you know, if your brain works that way. Also, both of them have this back section here where you can put like whatever you want, pretty much. Like I kind of organize my thoughts, like things I'm kind of working on in the moment, and then this Freddie Mercury quote here. These are for whatever you want, and they both have these back pockets, which are really great. I love the bigger one because I love it, the fact I can see it so clearly. But this one was great too. I think this is great if you're a person who just kind of likes to go day by day. These both have the pockets also, and you know, I was writing like Italian notes here, and like you can keep these that way you remember them, or like daily actions, like purpose, things like that. So these are great for that, except the main difference is that the weekly has that big brain dump section that's kind of like that bullet also, and it also has it in the back. So yeah, it just really depends. So I'll read to you guys what they have on here and how to use a planner and the difference. So, number 1, each day you'll be using the daily section. Start by filling out the morning review after you wake up. For tips on how to best use affirmation, focus, and exercise, sign up at the website above, which is mypandaplanner.com. It's great. The CEO of this company is fantastic. I'm a part of what's called the Panda Lab, so when you do get a Panda Planner on Facebook, there's a group, and you guys can ask each other questions, and it's just a really good place. And the CEO like immediately responded to my question that I had. It was great. And so this number 1 says, at the start of your week, fill out the section on the left of your weekly spread. Choose a daily habit, weekly focus, and 1 or 2 challenges to help you grow. Yeah, I forgot about that one. 1 or 2 challenges you have for that week, or like something you kind of been struggling with. So sometimes mine is like anxious thoughts or comparison. The daily doesn't have that. So both of these have the monthly section with your goals, except like I said, this one, if you go back to the beginning, this one just has like the reason why you're making the goal you are, which is always good to do. So then this has the use for journaling, reflection, and creativity page, just doesn't. So number 2 for the weekly says use the weekly task to keep track of and check off your errands and follow-up tasks that you want to complete this week. So the difference between this one and the daily is feel your 3 to 5 top priorities for the day. But this one, instead of the morning review being number 1, this is number 3. For the weekly, start by each day completing the morning review, the gratitude and excited about sections. So both of those have that. Fill out your daily schedule. Both of those have that. A list out task. This does not have that. The weekly does not have the task, but you can easily either print them out from the website if you want like a daily also, or you can, I just use a sticky note and kind of like the things I want to do that day or the things I need to get done. And you can also use that as priorities, which is like good. I think it's good to work on those 3 priorities and then the follow-up tasks that kind of go in between. And so both of them have the wins for the day and how you'll improve, which I think is really great. So overall, my Panda Planner experience has been life-changing in sort of a way, because like I said, I tried to do the bullet journal thing. I tried to do the, at one point I had like 3 different notebooks that I did 3 different things in, because I felt like I had to organize so much, and in reality some people just aren't as organized as other people, and that's okay. So I think that if you are a person who really loves the concept of bullet journaling, or you're a person who just needs kind of like a little bit of extra planning during your week, this is a fantastic way to go about it. They always have deals going on also, and if you sign up for Honey, and I'll put my link down below for Honey, they usually give you little coins and points, or they will give you coupons that you can use, like coupon codes to try on there, which is awesome, because I think I ended up getting, because they had a deal going on, and I ended up getting like this planner for probably like $15, which is a really, really, really good deal. So use Honey. Like I said, I'll link that below, and that will be fantastic for you guys to use. Use my code, and then that way you guys will also get a little bit of money on there, and you can redeem stuff for gift cards later, things like that. Kind of similar to Ebates in a way, but not quite as the same. So overall, these are what they look like. I love the purple, and I also had turquoise last time, a really pretty like aqua turquoise. And then this one's black. I kind of did some sparkles on here, but overall, like, you have to remember with notebooks and planners, they're for you, and they have to work for you and design for you. So you don't have to do everything exactly the way that they tell you to do it. But it's just because of science and how they've proved that like gratitude works and things like that work for a better quality of life. So if you're looking for a great planner to use, I would definitely recommend the Panda Planner Daily or the Weekly, and choose based on kind of what I said about them each. And yeah, so thank you so much. You guys have a great rest of your weekday, or wherever you are this week, or where you are watching this during the day. And please subscribe and like this video for more, and leave some suggestions in the comments. I would love to know what you guys kind of want to hear from me. So thank you guys. Bye bye.